Well, hello again, y'all. It is December the 1st. I cannot believe, and here in South Texas, it feels like it's about, I don't know. We don't have our sleeveless clothes on, but it's probably about 80 degrees. Anyway, my friend Connie keeps telling me, Ann, show a video on how you do these. Of course, I've already done them. I've already done my little vignettes. And so I will be making my niece some. I got the sweetest message from her this morning, and it made me cry. She is so precious, and I just love her so much. And we were talking about how the holidays just have you kind of reminiscing and all of that stuff. And so anyway, this is, I've shown you this vignette. This was my first one I did with the picture of my precious mother there on the left. Donnie was her name, and I don't know who that is in the middle. And then her childhood friend on the right, Jessie Mae, who is still alive and is 96. And that was the first one that I put together, just trying to use an old picture, and I had so much fun doing that. And this is one, I'm giving this to my sister tomorrow, so I figured I better show y'all. The girl on the left is my big sister Jane, and that is yours truly. The little round, plump, little one with that bob haircut is me, and there's 6 years difference in our age. And so I put this together for my sister, and I'm going to take that to her. See, these are Tim Holtz's, they're his vignette boxes and his box tops. And so this one I put together yesterday, and I decorated it. I cut, actually, do you see? There's two pictures. My mother had made these into Christmas cards, and so I had several leftovers of those, and so I cut two of them out as close to each other as I could, and I even tried, being an ex-hairdresser, I tried to kind of fringe Jane's hair out a little bit, and in mine, you can't really tell it, just on the edge there. I tried to kind of fringe it out. That's not coming into focus, but anyway, just so it would stand out a little more. But I used some of those dots, to give it a 3D effect, and trimmed it out. And then I trimmed the boxes, something that I hadn't done on the first one, and I used some of the, what is that called? It's the glitter glue type stuff. I'll see it in just a minute, and I'll remind y'all of what that is. But Ranger makes it, and it's really cool stuff. And so I just went over the words, and I didn't get it complete because these are supposed to be vintage boxes anyway. And so this is one I did with in the back, in the scrapbook paper, there's around the edges are tiny little Santa faces, and then just a red check in the back. And I don't know if you can tell, it says Old Santa Claus. That was a 12 by 12 page. Of course, Tim Holtz made that, of old Christmas carols and Christmas songs. And so I cut that out and rounded the corners, and I found a package of 20 of these precious old Santa Clauses at Hobby Lobby, and I put that in with again, a little 3D dot thing and sticker to make it dimensional. And I just, and then I also use the glitter stuff on the little holly and berries. And then on this particular one, I had found these little stars at Hobby Lobby, little wooden stars. Of course, everything I buy, I make sure it's half off. And so I picked all of the tiny ones out, that I could find. I have this whole I put them in a little candle jar. But anyway, there were stars around here, so I glued stars, and then I took the glitter stuff, and I glittered each star, and then the word icicle was actually, it's a color called icicle, and I just love that. It really makes it pop. And so I did that one of Santa, and then here is the same. This one is the same design, as you can tell. These are both the same. Sorry, these both are the same size. They say the ribbon icicles, but this one is the Tim Holtz Sussex deer. There's 2 deer in that die cut, and again, I cut 2 of them out, just out of a cardstock, a kind of a manila color, and then I used the oxide, I believe it was tea dye, is either that or vintage photo, that I just used a little bit of that stain with to give it a little bit of dimension. And again, I glued, that was some scrapbook paper that was pale blue, and I just, it had the dots on it, but I emphasized not every one, but just ever so often. And the holly berries are also with my stickles. That's what it is. I knew it would come to me. The glitter glue is called Stickles, made by Ranger. And so I did the red berries. Now the leaves, the holly leaves, were already glittered, and then I added, I tried to add red sequins, as you can see. I did the one, and they weren't wanting to cooperate, so I just did the rest in my Stickles paint, using the red to look like berries. And those leaves, I had showed this the last time. I bought this humongous thing at Hobby Lobby. I have it just here on my floor, and I've already cut so many of them off, and that's gonna take care of all the ones I do for this Christmas. And then I have some other, I found these when I was getting all my decorations out, I think at Hobby Lobby last year, when they had them ridiculously low. I just picked these up, and look at those cute little ornaments and those little balls, and even the green branches and the gold leaves. So I can get a lot of uses out of that. And then I also picked up these little picks of iridescent, look like little, I guess, snowballs or something. But anyway, and I used that. I used one of the snowballs, as you can see, in the middle of the 2 holly leaves that I'd gotten there. And then one of my favorite ones is this smaller one. This is my sister Jane, when she was, who knows, maybe 2, maybe 3 at the most. And look at that precious dollhouse. And the picture I cut out in the photo, I went on and cut out part of the tree. And then I'll show you what I did with this. I actually glued it onto a tree that I have a punch tree. I believe it's a Sussex punch. I'm not sure. But I punched that tree out. And then I also glued the little star at the top. And then I took my stickles, and I tried to blend the paper tree I had cut and the tree, the black and white tree that's in the background. I just kind of tried to bring all of that together, since she was right in front of that tree, and make it part of the tree shape. And then I glued the little ornament balls. But that, I just love seeing those old toys. And then if you look in there, I even glued I had some jewelry charms that, I like to buy vintage jewelry, and you can't even see it from the front. But if somebody's real nosy, see, they can peek inside, and there's even a little present at the far left. And again, that is just a charm from a charm bracelet. And that other one is just a cute little button with little, it's a vintage button. I don't even know how else to describe it. But those are actually, glued at the bottom, the base, just in case somebody does peek down there when it's I wish my light was better, but anyway, you know, if they peek in there, there's something actually dimensional in there. I just had the one picture, so I didn't add on pictures. I did add on trees. I have 3 trees, just paper trees built up. 2 that are, one is glued on the surface at the bottom, and then I used a glue dot and raised the second one, and then I used a glue dot on the last one, which is the tree and the picture glued on top of it, and then I glued those little ornament balls. And so just to hopefully, you know, make it more dimensional. But you can see in my hand, I mean, this is not big at all. So I'm going to give my sister this one tomorrow and this one of the 2 of us, and I hope she likes them. I think she will. She's a vintage type gal. We all are vintage, my goodness. And so it just got me to thinking I need to try to explain to you. I found this little card. This is an actual old, it's never been used, a Christmas card. But look at some of it says there is a Santa Claus. But look at the pictures on these. And this particular, wouldn't that be cute? Just done in a vignette. And all of these, just, I started noticing all of these. My brain is just going wild with all of the, you know, these are, they're not little. And so I'd either have to use a bigger, I'd have to use a bigger box, or like in this case, I could cut out each one of these little puppies and put them on each one. And I thought this one that said greetings from our house to your house, I could just cut, like this could be one little scene, and then this one could be a little scene up there at the top. I don't know. You know, my mind is just going wild. There's my little vintage ornaments all spread out because I've used several of those. I'll show you that I was trying to decorate my Christmas trees. I ran across, look at this ribbon. Talk about vintage. Look, it is just a vintage look, but I love the red and the baby blue, and I just love the way that says Merry Christmas. And I could maybe put that in the back of one of them, but that's why I brought it out here in my craft shop. And remember, I was working on Christmas trees, just gluing them. This was glued to the base of a little tea light that I flipped over, and that's just a little bottle tree. And these are little bitty bottle trees that I glued. These are salt and pepper shakers. This one that I painted white, I dripped some, I went on and just dripped white paint in the inside of that, and I just twirled it around because it had gotten kind of foggy, and I don't know, it was kind of distorted looking. So that's why I covered that up. This was a little bit of a flip-flop. I tried to roll this. I put glue on my tree, and I tried to roll it in beads, and that's kind of the extent of that one. I don't know about that one. And this one is just one of a salt and pepper shaker, and I just put a little banner that says ribbon, I'm sorry, that says Merry Christmas, and then just took some pretty, I took I think I'd showed you this. This is the glitzy part to, let's see, let me, over here. Okay, I had found this at Hobby Lobby, and so you see the glitzy part. I tried to do the rope and all, and it just came apart so easily. So I thought, well, I love the rope. I love that, you know, kind of rope and kind of like denim and diamonds type thing. But anyway, that didn't work out the way I was hoping, but it turned out cute anyway. I wanted to show you those. Now this is what I'm working on over here. Oh, it's a mess. As always, But hey, y'all know who I am. If you haven't watched my video on my snowmen, be sure and watch that. I went on and put that on. And that is not a whoopee cushion, y'all. My desk, I have to sit on something higher. And so that is very comfortable. So that's why I do that. Okay, Connie, here we go. This is for you, girlfriend. Okay, look at these pictures. Again, this is my older sister. Whoop. I love this one. I guess she got so excited. I don't know. Maybe she had to try something on. Who knows? That Christmas, she got twin dolls in a drum set. My parents were crazy. Oh, goodness. And then this is, I guess, the same drum set. Maybe that's why she's naked in this one picture, is because then she had to put this little robe on. I don't know, but isn't she cute? And then this is the same Christmas. Goodness. That she got a lot of cool stuff that year. But I'm planning on using these pictures because see the tree in the background? And so like when I cut this out, see, it's just a black and white tree, but I made sure I did cut out part of the tree and I stuck it on like this is one of the trees. Now this is a good example. This was on paper that I don't really want to use this tree as is. So this is a good tree to use. And I when I cut with my scissors, I cut kind of like a tree shape, and then I just made sure it fit in this tree, because this tree is going to be covered up anyway. And this was another year, I believe, this one down here, and that's probably before Christmas, just when they had put the tree up or something. But oh, I just love all that 50s look. But anyway, so what I did, like when I made this, again, watch my other video, I forget the title of it, but it's where I talk about, I think it's titled Vignette Boxes. And it's the box that you buy from Tim Holtz, a set of 4 nested inside of each other. And then you buy the box top that goes over that vignette box. And you do that last, and you just build your little scene. You add anything you want to. That's what makes it so much fun. And so I've been doing all this. I wanted to show y'all, I'm doing homemade Christmas cards this year. Our church, we give out instead of mailing cards out to our friends, we have an exchange at church, and they do it for missions. The money goes, you just pay. However, if you want to do 10 cents a card, or, to mail a card is almost 50 cents each. And so, but they don't make you pay what you just pay as you feel led. And anyway, we do that at church. And so I send out tons of Christmas cards because it's so much fun. And I'm trying to find all of my stickers here. Anyway, do you see all of this stuff back in here? See, these are my tags that I've punched out. I've painted some paper with Tim Holtz Distress Oxides. Here's one that says Merry Christmas. All right, this is going to be my example. Now, don't judge by the color, because I might use a different color. But this is a particular card. This is a piece of scrapbook paper, and I'm holding it, upwise. I punched a hole in it to where, whatever, if they want to hang it on a hook. I used my Christmas tree. That Christmas tree is this punch. And so I did this particular tree. I just used my Tombow markers all in. I punched it out of white paper, and I just kind of did a back and forth with my Tombow markers in different color green. And I'm sorry, I did that on the whole sheet of paper. That's right. And, or no, I think I'm lying. I did cut these out, and because I would have had to, I mean, it doesn't take any time, and I don't care if white still shows, because you can just say, well, that's snow, you know. And anyway, and I'm just going to put one of my labels, for instance, you know, it might be Mary, that might be a good one. Stick it in an envelope. I'm probably going to write, you know, our name on the outside of the envelope, since I'm not mailing it. And we're giving it, we have the box at church, and we file them alphabetically, and people just go and, but I plan on maybe putting some glitter or something on my trees, and maybe in this case, just a few splashes of white to look like snowflakes. Who knows? Just glitter, 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 glitter. When in doubt, use glitter. But this was the Merry Christmas, worked out perfectly on, this is Tim Holtz's stamp set, and I think that's where the Merry Christmas, but you know, you can just use any of these. Now that wouldn't fit on there, you'd have to measure out. And then what I've also done is, like, this particular stamp is awesome to use my embossing, like my embossing stamp, and stamp that over, over, like stamp that, this over this tree with the embossing liquid, and then emboss it with iridescent, you know, embossing powders. And oh gosh, it's just, you can go wild. Just absolutely. So I haven't decided everything, but I'm going to be working on those all this week. And let me tell you, while I had opened up a new package of Tim's, these are the box tops that fit the Vignettes boxes. You know, here's one even, here's one that's in the making, or I mean, here's the tiny, the smallest little box. And this little box top, look at that. Oh, they are so cute. And anyway, that is going, I opened up a new package because I needed some different sizes. And y'all, I realized Tim, see, I'm still with one hand. I'm getting, my son is going to help me get my, that's my Christmas present from him. So after Christmas, I'll be having a camera. Just a minute, I'm going to free my other hand up. Well, okay. Tim had given me a Christmas present that holding, look at this. Look what people throw away. This was what all of these awesome box tops were encased in. And of course it has Tim Holtz's name. Tim signs that just for me because he knows how much I love him. But can you see, this is like frosty snow and ice. Y'all, guess what? Do you know how many punch outs you can get with this size? This is like, I don't know, 8 by 10 is what I'm guessing. Anyway, let me get this all out of the way. I went wild. I went wild with my punches. Can you see? Like, look at this. I have like the little label punch. Well, I'd show it to you. This is one of them. That's a label punch. And that's the one like I punched, you know, this is made from that punch. But this is the label punch. Golly, here it is. It's just hidden. Okay, there we go. Label punch. 1, 2, 3. I love that size. And this is awesome, too. That's big. Now, this one is itty-bitty. I was thinking I could write. I've punched several of those. I could write maybe ho-ho-ho on there. But you get, you can put your paper in and you see exactly what you're punching. And so I was so excited when I was able, just look at these. See how that captured, see, that's the back. That's part of that packaging. But I'm not going to use that side. I'm going to use this side. And this, oh my gosh, I am just like freaking out over that one. And so it just, look, this is that little bitty, well, I'm not going to go to that trouble. See, I need a new pick-me-up a little, or I need some of that yellow stuff that you can just pick stuff up with. Oh, that drives me crazy. But anyway, another thing, okay, here we go. When you get all the junk mail, this is from the Salvation Army. And I know I should have put a check in that envelope, but what I did is I cut that envelope because this stuff was on the inside of that envelope. And see, I made some labels with that. That's going to be cute with just Merry Christmas stamped on it, isn't it? And see, these are some of my cards. I just do at church, I didn't want to spend a lot of money on the cards. And so I let the paper be the decorating, and I did the black with this. I like black. And then this one remember I was telling you about that cool little embossing stamp, and then I went on with my stickles and decorated that tree. And this is one I just decorated with glitter. And this is another that I decorated. And again, these are just scrapbook papers decorated. It's just scrapbook paper glued on like a cardstock, probably a 4x6 cardstock, either white, which is what I used on this. Any snow thing, I like to use the white. Another one I'm trying is just using scraps. See, whenever I cut, I have all my scraps saved. And so I'm just, I laid scraps. I had seen this from May. And you just go at different, like down and up and down and up. And then afterwards, you just draw around that just real easily, squiggly lines, and you make a tree. And so that's going to be somebody's card. That's all it is, And then I started watercoloring. When the Astros were playing for the World Series, I was so nervous. And so I came out here, and that was October. I was watercoloring, watercolor paper, beautiful colors. Just sometimes I don't like to do, I like to do, and of course that is green, and again, I'm going to have the sentiment, something that says Merry Christmas or Peace on Earth or whatever. But I'm a little bit of a rebel. I like, like this had gold in the back. So my watercolor, I use the gold and then even put a little bit of blue in that tree. Why not? Who made the rule anyway? I just love color. And I thought that orange was really pretty with that chartreuse green. Anyway, oh, goodness gracious. There is so much. There's the old Santa. That's a Santa I just think is so cute. And I just put him, if you can see that little glue dot in there, that you just put that. And I do use glue with when I peel off that back, I put a little bit of added glue, and of course I'll write, I'll have a little sentiment there on the side and round the corners off. Just when you do those extra little things like that, it just makes it just special. So I've probably totally confused you. I've never done a video this long. This is twice as long. I apologize. I don't feel like I've accomplished anything on this video except showing you more of my mess. Please, please like me. Please, I want friends. I want subscribers. I always forget to ask people to subscribe and to give me thumbs ups and And comments, I long for your comments. I just would do, I might take a video of me dancing or something if I get comments. I really have fun doing this. And I found this picture. That was a color camera. Whoa, that's me. And I thought that's Christmas. So that's my sister and me. So that would be another cute one. A cute vignette. Okay, I apologize for thoroughly just confusing you. I feel like that. I just want y'all to have a good Christmas season. Ho, ho, ho. Later.